If you deny the existence of a problem, then you de facto put yourself in a situation where it is impossible to solve this problem, because what you've done, so to speak, is brushed it under the carpet. You flushed it to oblivion in a place where you can't even tell that there is an issue. But you know what's worse? If you, instead of facing a problem that you have, disguise that problem in something that you consider to be good. Imagine someone who can't defend himself because he is maybe physically weak. So what does he say? Instead of learning self-defense through martial arts, or maybe lifting weights or strength training, what have you, instead he would say, well, I happen to be a peaceful person, and being a peaceful person is good and civilized. Or another person who is up for public speaking or maybe a presentation, and he says, well, there's a lot of people here that know much better than me and who are smarter than me in this room, so I am going to elect one of these guys to actually do this duty instead of me, because they will do it much better than I ever will. The truth is, of course in this case, is he knows in his heart that he is afraid of speaking in front of people because he gets nervous. But instead of facing this problem to be able to solve it and to get better at solving problems like that, he says, I am moral, therefore I cannot solve this problem. Because he chose to be in humility. I guarantee that me and a lot of people, everybody else, including you, has some sort of problem like this that is right kind of at the background, and the reason you can't solve it is because you're hiding it in a moral value that seems to be good. Well, minimalism in itself, humility in itself, they're not bad things, but if you hide something inside them instead of solving a problem that could potentially improve your life, that in itself is immoral, and it's also a bad thing for you. You have to treat yourself well. This is not good behavior. In the example I mentioned first about the person who can't defend himself, for example, there is a difference between someone who cannot hurt you and someone who can but wouldn't. They are not the same thing. The person who can do something that's bad but he chooses not to is moral. The person who can't even, who is incapable of doing the bad thing, this person isn't even equipped. He is incapable of being moral. The choice to be moral isn't even his. But what he says is, I am peaceful. I would rather be around people who can't even hurt me, of course, but this is my safety. For me personally, I would rather be able to do something, but choose not to do it. And then I am moral. The point that I don't want you to ever forget is humility is not victimhood. They're not the same thing. Never confuse the two. So ask yourself these questions and be honest with yourself, because nobody's judging you. You're talking to yourself here. What problems do you have that could potentially transform your life and make you better as a human being, but you are kind of avoiding them, running away from them in the name of a moral value? It is very easy to frame laziness as someone who has a simple life or something like that. Face your problems, dispose with this type of morality. You're going to have a better life. You're going to become a stronger person, closest to the stronger version of yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am finished.